second case I'd like to talk about this morning, it's a child death case. This happened back on June 30th. The 3600 block of Delwood Avenue in Jacksonville. Parents of a 6-month-old child, J.C. Lane Peterson, woke to find their child dead in the house. That child was transported to the medical examiner's office where an autopsy of the victim was conducted. The autopsy found the cause of death in that case to be a lethal dose of methadone in her system. At this point in time, the medical examiner is still pending that death, but the cause of death was indeed found to be the lethal dose of methadone. The suspect in the case that we're talking about here today is the child's mother, who is 28-year-old white female Jennifer Frazier. It's a sad case that this occurred. The suspect admitted to the night before the death that she took her prescribed dosage of methadone. Less than 2 hours later, about an hour and 45 minutes later, she says she mixed her baby a dose of antibiotics and ibuprofen. She admitted to using the same container that she uses to mix her methadone as she used to mix the ibuprofen and the antibiotic. You would think that would be the end of the story there when it came to it. The victim was actually given the contents of the mixing container orally by use of a syringe orally. She admitted, the suspect admitted to having never cleaned the container that she used to mix her methadone and the container that she used to mix the ibuprofen and antibiotics. She admitted to never cleaning the two between the use. However, during autopsy, there was no ibuprofen found in the victim's system, indicating to us that the suspect's account of her giving the child the ibuprofen was untruthful and unknown at this point in time whether it was deliberately untruthful, lie, or just an account that went on there. During a search of the suspect's house, however, there was 2 bottles of the methadone that were prescribed to the suspect. They were found in the box of the victim's prescribed antibiotics. So, unknown again whether this is something that was intentional on the suspect's part. However, the suspect was charged with aggravated manslaughter of a child by way of culpable negligence. So she is being held right now for her child's death. I can answer a few questions about that if anybody has them.
So there's no investigation really at this point if it was accidental at all?
Well, our investigation has concluded that she was the one who gave the child the medication. Again, her story is that she thought she was giving the child the ibuprofen. However, again, like I said, there was no ibuprofen found in her system. The truth may never truly be known in this case. We've got an incident here that she stored her methadone in a box of her child's medication. So is it a case of mistaken identity on the suspect's part? But you've also got the fact that she uses the same container to mix her methadone as she would use to mix her 6-month-old child's medication. Is are her faculties impaired? She did this an hour and 45 minutes after taking her methadone. Methadone is a replacement for other kind of drugs, so it still could have some effects on her an hour and 45 minutes later. So her faculties impaired to the point that she's not sure what she's doing. Again, we may never know. However, our investigation finds her to be the responsible party for a child's death.
Was it
aggravated manslaughter?
Oh, aggravated manslaughter.
Of a child less than 18 by way of culpable negligence.
And you said she had the methadone by prescription. Do you know what she was taking it for?
I'm sure it's part of a rehabilitation process, which is typically what methadone is prescribed.
Any other questions?
Yes. Were there any prior incidents, a DCF or anything else in the home regarding the child or the children?
This was the first incident, no other DCF involved.
And this is her only child, is that correct?
I believe she has some other children. That portion is being looked at, like I said.
Thank you, Tom.
So you're deferring to DCF as to who has custody of the children now?
And typically, that's what's going to happen in a case like this. When there's other children in the home, they would be the responsible party for making the determination as to custody of the children.
Any other questions? All right.
Thank you.